A doctor was deeply captivated by the girl standing before him. However, this 300-pound girl mistakenly thought she had stumbled into an illegal clinic. Little did she know she had actually crossed over into a world where being fat was considered beautiful. On the streets, men were casting admiring glances at her, leaving her feeling both surprised and nervous, prompting her to quicken her pace in an attempt to leave. In her haste, she accidentally bumped into a luxurious sedan. The door opened, and a man who appeared to be of high status immediately got out, asking with concern if she was hurt. The girl was about to lose her temper when she realized that the man was none other than her boss, William. Even more surprising was that William's attitude was completely different from before, without a hint of disdain. Instead, his eyes were filled with tenderness and appreciation, and he even insisted on personally driving her home. Returning to the familiar alleyway, the once cluttered and dilapidated path was now completely transformed. The streets were lined with fresh flowers, and the air was filled with a sweet fragrance. William plucked a beautiful petal, wrote his contact information on it, and gently told her that she could contact him any time. When she arrived home, the sight before her left her utterly shocked. The once small and run-down rental apartment had now become a luxurious 5,000-square-foot residence. The fridge was stuffed with her favorite ice cream, and the walk-in closet was filled with high-end branded clothing and shoes, each item fitting her perfectly. She could hardly believe that all of this was real until a neighbor appeared and confirmed it, making her realize that this was not a dream. The girl's name was Annie, and she was originally one of the most talented designers in the company. However, due to her average appearance and slightly overweight figure, she had always been an inconspicuous presence in the workplace. Faced with the ridicule and mockery of her colleagues, she felt indignant but chose to endure it silently because of her low self-esteem. But the new boss treated her like a lowly assistant and publicly criticized her appearance for not being presentable enough. In this society that placed great emphasis on appearance, the only person who truly cared about her was George, who had grown up with her since childhood. He had never distanced himself from her because of her weight and would always secretly glance in her direction at work. But when she turned around, she discovered that George was actually just admiring a poster of a beautiful woman outside the window. In this world where being thin was considered beautiful, Annie's body seemed to have become the shackles of her fate. She longed for a beautiful love story, dreaming of encountering a wealthy and handsome boyfriend like in the TV dramas. However, the reality was that hardly any man would give her a second glance. Until that day on the subway, she noticed a man who seemed to be intentionally looking in her direction. Her heart fluttered, thinking that her romantic moment had finally arrived. She shyly introduced herself, and the man responded with a smile. But the next second, the man suddenly tried to snatch her bag. Annie then realized that she was being robbed. However, with her 300-pound weight, the robber couldn't easily overpower her and was instead pushed back in the struggle. Just as she was about to leave, something unexpected happened.